So in this video, we are going to see what are the changes that take place in the female reproductive organs during the process of menstruation and also in the event of a pregnancy. So here you can see the female reproductive organ, and you can see this is the ovary, and the ovary is going to release an egg or an ova here, and at the same time that's called ovulation. And at the same time, the inner walls of the uterus, the endometrium, it starts thickening. Now in case fertilization doesn't take place, these inner walls, they will break down and like this and be released as menstrual flow, which you call as periods, and it takes place for 5 days. Now let's look at the changes that take place. So here you can see the ovary, and the ovary has many tiny oocytes or tiny immature eggs, and the oocytes are present within a ball of tiny cells, surrounded by tiny cells, and this is called as a primordial or primary follicle. Now all this processes are controlled by endocrine glands, and we've got two endocrine glands, which is the hypothalamus and the pituitary gland. So the hypothalamus first secretes an enzyme which is called as gonadotropin releasing hormone, and this hormone acts on the front lobe of the pituitary gland, and it stimulates this pituitary gland to secrete hormone called as follicle stimulating hormone, and this hormone is poured into the blood and it travels to the ovary, and it makes the ovary starts maturing those follicles. So these follicles, the primary follicle that was there, it starts maturing. Maybe more than one also could mature at one time, and they start maturing, and as it is maturing, the follicle starts secreting estrogen, and this estrogen hormone makes the wall of the endometrium start getting thicker. As the egg starts maturing and the estrogen is continuously being secreted, the hypothalamus again incites the pituitary gland to now secrete. Okay, the gonadotropin is secreted by the hypothalamus, and the pituitary gland now will secrete another hormone which is called as the luteinizing hormone, or like a breaking or bursting hormone, which is poured into the blood, and it will make the follicle burst and release the mature egg. The mature egg are then picked up by the finger-like processes and drawn into the oviduct. So you can see the mature egg here, and if there are sperms that unite over here in the oviduct, fertilization will take place. See, many sperms, but one sperm only will fertilize. This is called as a zygote. This is one cell now. Zygote mitotically divides into a ball of cells, and when it reaches into the uterus, it implants itself inside the wall, and then it matures into a baby. Meanwhile, the burst follicle is called as the corpus luteum, and the corpus luteum starts secreting another hormone called as the progesterone, which helps pregnancy. So and it gives hormones which will help to sustain or keep the baby and to maintain pregnancy. If, however, there is no fertilization, then the corpus luteum will disintegrate and break, and then it's called as a corpus albicans, and at this point the secretion of both estrogen and progesterone stop completely, due to which the endometrium wall breaks and it comes down as a menstrual flow. Thank you.